What if I told you that one man would step onto the field and do the impossible? That he'd stand toe-to-toe with the greatest of all time and emerge victorious? This is the story of Nick Foles, the man who beat Tom Brady and the dynasty New England Patriots in one of the most unforgettable Super Bowls in NFL history. Nick Foles, the backup quarterback who became a legend, a name that will forever echo in the halls of NFL greatness. But how did Foles, a journeyman quarterback who almost walked away from the game, pull off what many believed to be impossible? Let's rewind to where it all began.
The Philadelphia Eagles select Nick Foles, quarterback, Arizona.
He showed promise, no doubt, but the road ahead was anything but smooth. From being traded to the Rams to a short stint with the Chiefs, Foles' career seemed destined to be that of a backup. Reliable, yes, but not remarkable at all. Enter the 2017 NFL season. The Eagles were led by their young and dynamic quarterback, Carson Wentz. Wentz was on fire, on an MVP type of season, leading the Eagles to the top of the NFC, and it looked like Philadelphia had found its savior. Their number 2 overall draft pick finally hit, but in Week 14, disaster struck.
Well, Joe, as you can see, when Carson Wentz was trying to run into the sideline, his legs were tangled up underneath him. He then went over here to the blue team, followed them back into the locker room. Eagles are reporting it is a left knee injury. He is done for today. We do not know the severity of the knee injury, but I can tell you, as I was standing back by that Eagles locker room, all the support staff that was back there with Carson Wentz all walked out just shaking their heads, Joe.
Carson Wentz went down with a season-ending injury, and the hopes of Eagles fans everywhere seemed to crumble. But then, out of the shadows, stepped Nick Foles.
Right now, this game belongs to Nick Foles.
Foles, the backup, was suddenly thrust into the spotlight. Critics doubted him.
You know, Nick can't do what Carson can do. So that's okay, but that's always kind of at the end of the play. But Nick can process, he can make the reads, and he get the ball out. So just be Carson Wentz in the huddle. I mean, in the huddle all the way to the play and in the pocket. Just don't try to be Carson Wentz out of the huddle. You can't do that.
Fans were nervous.
Without Carson, I think we're in some trouble, but who knows? We'll see what happens today, I guess.
Honestly, I felt like throwing up. I mean, it's like, this is the year. I'm excited, and I see that, and my heart's broken.
But Foles, he was just focused on doing his job.
But I'm 100% confident in myself. I've been here before. I've played in the league. I've played for the Eagles before. Like I said before, there's a reason I came back here. I love this city. I love this team.
The stakes were high, and every game from then on felt like a mountain to climb. And climb he did. Foles led the Eagles through the playoffs, defeating the Atlanta Falcons, then absolutely demolishing the Minnesota Vikings in the NFC Championship.
Is it beginning to sink in what you've accomplished in just short amount of time to get this team to the Super Bowl?
It's unbelievable just to sit here. You dream about these moments as a kid, and to be blessed to be in this position, to be with such a great group of people in the city of Philadelphia, to be back in Philadelphia, it's humbling. I'm very grateful to be a part of this.
I'm going to have to eat some Nick Foles crow. I did not see this coming, and I hate it. Nobody said that Nick Foles would turn into a third down conversion machine. He'd been 30% this season, and now he can't miss. He couldn't throw it downfield all season. He couldn't complete passes over 20 yards. And yesterday, he couldn't miss. Everything he had been bad at, he was amazing at yesterday. And I mean, it's not hate to say you're blown away that Nick Foles did this. It's not hate to say he couldn't do it going into this game. Every piece of evidence had suggested it wouldn't happen going up against the best defense in the league. But he did it, and he blew me away, and he blew everyone away who's honest. No one saw this coming. Nick Foles is the biggest surprise.
I like Nick Foles' attitude, by the way, because he was roundly criticized in the media. Like I was one, probably foremost among people who said it is over for the Eagles. Like, that injury to Carson Wentz means they will not advance to the playoffs. They'll get to the playoffs because of the work they've done to that point, but Foles is terrible, they won't advance. And when Foles was asked about those kind of comments, he was very kind of straight up about it, like, okay, I got to prove people wrong.
The Eagles were going to the Super Bowl, having lost their number 1 quarterback and with a backup quarterback that has barely stayed in the league. But waiting for them was the ultimate challenge: Tom Brady and the New England Patriots.
Super Bowl 52 against the New England Patriots. What's your first thought?
I mean, obviously one of the greatest franchises ever. It's going to be an amazingly tall task, but I'm excited to go to battle with my team, with the city of Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Eagles organization.
The Eagles were the underdogs and the narrative was set. Tom Brady, the perennial GOAT, looking for his 6th Super Bowl ring. Nick Foles, the backup turned starter, just hoping to keep his team in the game. But what happened next is the stuff of legends. From the first whistle, it was clear. Foles wasn't just keeping his team in the game, he was taking control of the game. The Eagles were aggressive, unpredictable, and Foles was absolutely flawless. But the play that will forever be etched in Super Bowl lore, the Philly special. If you haven't seen this, you're in for a treat. 4th and goal, the Eagles needed a touchdown, and they call a trick play. The ball snapped to Corey Clement, handed off to Trey Burton, who then threw it to a wide open Nick Foles in the end zone. The stadium erupted, the Patriots were stunned, and Foles, oh, he was just getting started. I mean, drive after drive, Foles matched Brady throw for throw. Every time the Patriots scored, Foles answered back. And in the end, it was Foles who held his nerve, guiding the Eagles down the field in the final moments to seal the game. And as the clock hit 0, the Eagles had done it. 41-33, Nick Foles had beaten Tom Brady. The backup had outdueled the GOAT. The confetti fell and the world watched as Nick Foles held the Lombardi Trophy high. The unlikeliest of heroes had led his team to the ultimate prize. And in that moment, Nick Foles was more than just a backup quarterback. He was a Super Bowl MVP, a Philadelphia Eagles legend, and a symbol of hope for every underdog out there. In his MVP speech,
I felt calm. I mean, we have such a great group of guys, such a great coaching staff. We felt confident coming in.
He showed the world that no matter the odds, anything is possible. After that magical season, Foles would go on to have a journeyman career, playing for the Jaguars, Bears, and Colts. But no matter where he went, one thing remained the same. He was always the man who beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Although his career had its ups and downs, Nick Foles had never lost the humility and grace that endeared him to fans everywhere. He might not have been the biggest name in the NFL, but he had one of the biggest hearts. And now, as Nick Foles steps away from the game, so does so as one of the great underdog stories in NFL history.
It's crazy to be in this moment, looking at this camera, officially announcing my retirement from the NFL. Thank you. Specifically, thank you to the Philadelphia Eagles fans. Thank you for all your support from 2012 when I was drafted to 2017 when I came back. You truly made playing in Philadelphia the most special experience in my football career.
A story of perseverance, of belief, and of seizing the moment when it matters most. So here's to you, Nick Foles, the man who took down the Patriots, who defied the odds, and who showed us all that sometimes the backup is exactly who we need. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more incredible sports stories. We wanted to try out a different type of video, so let us know what you guys think, and don't forget to check out our other videos. Thanks for watching.